Good day, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me once again. We are going to get into my project Jeep. It is a 2003 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. As I always do, a little background. If you're just watching this video out of context, my neighbor gave me this vehicle for free, and it was sitting under his house for about 3 years. And what I've been doing is working on it piece by piece to try and get this thing to come up to speed, make it drivable, and to have it properly inspected and registered with the state of Texas. So with that being said, what we're going to do next is we are going to put some exhaust on this thing. Right now it sounds, to my ear anyway, it sounds horrible. Basically it's got an open header on it, with maybe the exception of a few cat converters that are directly located underneath the manifold for the exhaust. To me, it's an open header. It sounds horrible. It's a 6-cylinder. I mean, how sexy can that be, right? But what I did do was I bought these pre-made parts, and it includes a performance muffler. So, you know, a little rumble would be nice, but not obnoxious rumble. So what I would suggest we do is that we lay the parts out on these on the ground, and let's get a context for what we're after. We'll take a look at it, listen to a before and maybe an after we get this thing all installed. Looks like we may have rain today, so my project may be somewhat delayed. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's get into it. Here's our victim. I did put shocks on it here just recently, and got those all installed, with the exception of the one in the right rear back here, because I suspected that I may have to deinstall it, or at least get it out of the way when we start to deal with this exhaust. So that'll be last. All right, so this is a MagnaFlow system, and actually had it delivered in the mail. Actually came in one piece, seems to be fine. I'm going to get underneath there, dry fit this thing, and futz with it to make sure that I understand sort of how all these connectors are going to go, and then we'll take it from there. So let's get some packaging off and climb underneath this truck. All right, one small but pretty important technical detail that I completely forgot is the heat shield underneath this truck is coming down. So I need to reattach that before we get into this exhaust. Watch this. Yeah. Put new gas shocks on it right there, right? Brand new. Works like a champ. Oh, and I already have the parts, so I don't have to go to the store. Get underneath there and stick these things on. Hopefully it'll hold that shield up. Let's start her up cold and listen to it run. It's horrible. Here's the heat shield, and this is the problem. See how that is all kind of laying down? The bolts and screws, washers, whatever, have all pulled through the old holes, and what I'm going to do is just sort of stay near these so I don't screw into, I don't know, whatever, something else that's up inside this truck. Probably put in, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them, make sure this thing doesn't come down. Cool, no big deal. That went well. That's not coming down. It's not going anywhere, right? So we're good there. You can see where somebody else had tried to affect change here, let's say, on the shield, but I think we got it. Those screws went in tight. I got some sea fog rolling in. Pretty. So down here doing some dry fit, and be honest with you, it's just so dark down here. I just really never noticed it, but as soon as you get in it, it's things change, right? So that bit of pipe right there going off to the left, that's got to come off. And I'll show you what that represents on the cat converter. So that's this piece here. So that piece that's coming off is this part in the cat converter, so I have to figure out a way to get that off. I hit it with some PB Blaster. It didn't do anything, right? Took a big, gigantic channel lock and I tried to twist it off. That's not happening. We're gonna have to put some heat on this thing to get this thing to release without destroying the pipe off to the right. part of the problem, I need it to spin first, but you can see how it's dimpled. See where the clamp was? The clamp was, yeah, it's caused that problem. So I still may need to take that that air chisel and get on it and cut that, cut that edge. Oh, Bruce showed up here a little while ago. I don't know if you saw him, but he turned on his water.
Is he all right? Or?
No, he's got a gusher over here at the shower. Yeah. God damn. I think I can still affect it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have finally finished this exhaust job, and that's about all I'm going to show you. Some of the welds were so ugly on some of that old metal that I was dealing with that I don't really want to hear it in the comments. So there it is, right? Let's start her up and take a listen test and make sure that we all agree that it sounds pretty good. So there's a hiss coming out of it. I've just determined that it's actually a part of the fuel system, but I haven't located it yet. But I think it'll pass inspection.